So hi everyone, my name is Tanisha and today's webinar is about Facebook and what's changed and what has stayed the same since it's been updated. So we're starting off with the homepage navigation. It has a new design now. So to view your news feed, which is where your friends' photos and videos would be, you would click the home icon, which looks just like this. It's a blue house icon, and that will be located at the top of your screen. And to yeah, so to go to your news feed where all your friends and family's photos and videos would be, you click the home icon, which will be at the top of your screen. It looks just like this blue blue icon of a house. So that is where that is where your
Tanisha, we're losing your audio.
oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, let's just give it a second. Is that, can you guys hear me clearly?
Yeah,
That's good. Thank you.
Okay, I'll restart, sorry. So yeah, the homepage navigation has changed a little bit. To view your news feed, which is where you'll see your friends and family's photos, you press the home icon, which looks like this little blue house at the top of your screen. It'll be like along like a bar at the top of your screen. So by clicking that, you'll go to your news feed and see all the posts. Then there's this little circle button with the plus sign in it. That's the create button. So by clicking that, you can create posts, stories, groups, and more. Right next to that, right over here, is the message icon, which looks like a little text bubble. And by clicking that, you'll be able to send and receive messages from friends. And lastly, over here is the notification icon, which looks like a little bell. And by clicking that, you'll be able to see all the interactions with your posts, like the likes and the comments. And what's new, what's been added to this area is that you'll now be able to see your friend requests by clicking on the notifications button. So creating new posts, it's a little bit different now. So under create, which is this, this plus button right here, you'll be able to add posts, stories, and life events to your timeline. You can also create pages, advertisements, groups, events, marketplace listings, and fundraisers. So when you click on this button over here, this window will pop up with tons of different options, and you can click on any of them and you'll be able to do a ton of different things. You can make a post.
Tanisha.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? This is Sherry. I can't see you. I can't see you.
Can you see the screen? It's like it looks like blue and there's
that, but I don't see you at the bottom.
Okay.
You don't need to see her.
But I've been seeing her.
Well,
okay.
I don't see her.
Yeah, so Tanisha's video isn't on, which is fine. Really the most important, I mean, I know you want to look at her beautiful face all day, but the most important part of the presentation is the slides. So don't worry too much about that.
Yeah, I'm just used to seeing the picture at the bottom. This is the first time that it hasn't happened.
Oh, it's happened to me a lot.
So yeah, so if you have any further questions, just try to type them in the chat, just so that we don't interrupt Tanisha's flow.
Yeah, so yeah, once you click the create button, you'll be given all these options and then you can proceed as you would like. So navigating your newsfeed has stayed the same. It hasn't changed very much. So wherever you are on Facebook, you can always get back to your newsfeed by clicking the home button, which looks like this blue house. And the newsfeed shows all the posts and updates from your friends. This is an example of a post on your newsfeed. So it's just a picture of Justin Trudeau. So on your newsfeed, you'll see pictures of your friends and your family. And at the bottom, you can notice over here that there's a few different options to interact with the photo. So you can like the photo, comment, and you can share as well. So Facebook Friends is someone that you're connected to on Facebook. Adding friends on Facebook is the only way you'll be able to message them and see all their photos, videos, and status updates on Facebook. To add a friend on Facebook, click the search bar at the top left of your screen and type the name of the person you would like to add. So when you're using Facebook on your phone or your computer, you'll find the search bar at the top, and you can type in anybody's name and then find their profile, and then you can add them as a friend if you want to. So once you search up their name in that search box, you'll be given a list of profiles, and you can click on the profile that you would like to add. To make sure that this is the right profile and you're looking at the correct person's profile, you can look at their profile picture, which would be in this little circle right here. You'll see a face, and it can tell you if you're looking at the correct person's profile. So once you have the right person's profile, you can click Add Friend. So you can find that button either over here, it's gray, or you can also find it here and it's blue. So you can press either one and it'll send that person a friend request. And by sending them a friend request, they'll then be able to accept your friend request or decline it. If a friend adds you on Facebook, you will receive a friend request. Friend requests will now appear in the notification center on your Facebook, which looks just like this. So it's once again at the top right of your screen. You'll see this bell icon, and it'll have a little red number next to it. And by clicking that, you'll be able to see a friend request. So you'll see the person's name first, and then you have the option to either accept their friend request by clicking confirm, or you can deny their friend request by clicking delete. So yeah. So sending and receiving messages. So there are now a couple new options. On Facebook, you can also receive or send private messages from and to your friends. To send a message to a friend, go to his or her profile and click on message on the right side of the screen. So when you go to their profile, you'll see a couple of options that look like this, and you can press the message button to send them a message. What's new is that in the Facebook, on the Facebook page, you can also make audio and video calls to your friends right from their profile. So you can do that by clicking this telephone icon, and by clicking that, it'll take you to these two options where you can either audio call that person or video chat with them. Once you click message, a message window will appear at the bottom right of your screen. Click the white bar at the bottom of the message window to type your message. So you can type your message right over here at the bottom, and when you are finished typing, you can press enter to send your message to your friend. So you can also audio and video call with them right from the message thread, which is located right over here. So you can click this video camera, the little blue one on the left side, to make a video call, and you can click the telephone icon on the right side to make an audio call. Click the message icon at the top of your screen to check your messages. If you have new messages, there will be a red number next to the message icon. So this is the message icon over here, and if you have a new message, it'll have like a little red circle, and then you can click it and see who messaged you. From here, you can also start a new message by clicking this icon, which you can find right over here. It looks just like a square with like a pencil on it. So by clicking that, you can start a new message chain with somebody you haven't messaged before. You can also now start a room, a group video call, by clicking this button right over here. So by clicking that, you can have a video chat with multiple people. Also, I wanted to add that if you are trying to find a message, a conversation that you had with somebody, and you're not able to find it by scrolling through your messages, you can always search their name using the search bar, and then that conversation will pop up and you can go back to it. So creating a room, it's new on Facebook now. So creating a room on Facebook works a lot like video calling platforms like Zoom, Teams, and Google Meet. When you create a room, you will be able to copy a link and people can use that link to join your room. It's a lot like Zoom. Facebook Rooms offer screen sharing capabilities as well. Just like I'm doing right now, I'm sharing my screen with you. So you can do that also on Facebook Rooms. So viewing your friend's timeline stays the same. To see your friend's timeline, you can search their profile up and go to their profile. And once you are on your friend's timeline, you will be able to look at their photos, videos, statuses, and write on their timeline using all these buttons over here. And you can click photos to look at your friend's photos. So that photos button is right over here. And you can also write something on your friend's timeline by clicking the write something to, which is over here. And keep in mind that the messages that you write here are public. So navigating your profile and timeline, it's a little bit different now. So to get to your own profile from the homepage of Facebook, you now will have to click on your name / profile picture in the left side column of the screen. So you would find like a row of options on the left side of your screen. And if you click on your name, which will have your profile picture right next to it, it'll take you back to your own profile. So your timeline is your own personal page. You can add pictures, videos, and status updates for your friends to see. You can change your profile picture or cover photo by hovering over it and clicking update. So to update your profile photo, you can click this little camera icon, and you can update your information by clicking about and adding or removing personal details. You can add photos by clicking the photos button, which is located right over here. And then clicking add photos / video. And you can look at and manage your friends list by clicking the friends button, which is right over here. And you can update your status by typing where it says what's on your mind, right over here, and then pressing post. So there are a few more pages to visit on Facebook. On the left side of your screen, you will see a long list of other things to explore on Facebook. So that's what that list will look like. It'll look like all of these. So you have events, pages, groups, games, and much more. You can click on whichever one you want to, and it'll take you to that page. You can also access some of the common pages from the top menu bar now. So some of those include watching videos, which is right next to the home icon. You have marketplace, you have groups, and you also have gaming, which is at the very end. This menu bar is accessible from anywhere on Facebook, so you will always be able to see this menu bar with all these options. And unlike the side menu, which is usually only accessible from the homepage, you'll be able to see this one. So on the events page, you will be able to see events that you have been invited to, your calendar, birthdays, public events in your area, and events you are hosting. You can indicate whether you are attending or not and get more details on the time and place of the event. You can also create your own event and invite friends by clicking create event. So over here, you'll see you can look at all your events, you can look at your calendar, you can view upcoming birthdays, you can discover new events, and then there's this button down here which allows you to create your own event. So on your calendar, you will see upcoming events, invites, and past events. If your calendar is empty and you would like to go to an event, you can click on Find Things to Do. So you can click on the Discover Events tab right here, and it'll show you all the events in your area. You can also click on Birthdays to go find upcoming birthdays for your friends and family on Facebook, which is right over here. So the groups page, the groups are pages which people with common interests or connections can share and post ideas, articles, videos, etc. Groups can be both private or public. You can find a new group by clicking Discover, which is this button right over here on the left side of your screen. And to join a group, you can click Join, which would look like that, like a blue button that says Join Group. And to create your own group, you could click Create New Group right over here. Pages have stayed the same. Pages are basically the profiles of public figures, products, companies, or organizations. You can like pages to indicate that you are interested in them. in that particular person or thing. If you like a page, you will see posts and updates from these pages on your newsfeed. Games. So the game section of Facebook lets you play hundreds of interactive games against friends and strangers on Facebook. Here you can play games like Words with Friends, Scrabble, Uno, Cribbage, and more. Click Play Games, which is this button over here, to start the game. This section now includes live streams of other people playing games, which you might be interested in, which would look kind of like that. So the privacy and security settings on Facebook. Although it is possible to access Facebook security settings through your phone, because there are many options and it can get confusing on a small screen, you can access Facebook and privacy settings on your computer. To open Facebook, go to www.facebook.com on your computer. The first step to making a safe Facebook account is accessing the setting where all the privacy and security measures can be found. Click on the downward facing arrow on the top right corner of your screen. So it would be right here on a computer and right here on a phone. And click on the setting and privacy button. So once you click on this downward arrow, it'll give you this drop down of options, and kind of at the more of like the middle of the list, you'll see this button that says settings and privacy. In settings and privacy, when you click on the privacy checkup button, which would be under settings and privacy, the second one, there are guided security revisions. When you click on one category, it will let you know the possible security risks and ask you whether you would like to change it. Even if you already have an account and believe it to be secure, this can be an important step in making sure you are keeping up with your privacy settings. So when you press on Privacy Checkup, it'll take you to this page over here where they will guide you through some settings to make sure your account is as safe as it can be. If you're not very familiar with Facebook yet, it is recommended to first look at privacy shortcuts, which you can find right under Privacy Checkup. It's right over here. This section has a lot of useful information, which is explained step by step and can answer almost any security question that you may have. The top topics, which is under privacy shortcuts, right over here, explores frequently asked questions that you might have when setting up privacy measures. So in conclusion, it is important to familiarize yourself with this information to maintain your privacy while using social media. Whatever information you choose to have will be public. Whatever information you choose to have public, remember Instagram bios are always public to everyone, and Facebook profiles are partially public, so just be careful with what you put. So by taking the time to add extra security measures and familiarizing yourself with the privacy and security settings, you can avoid dangerous situations. Make sure you find out the privacy and security settings on all your social media, starting with Instagram and Facebook. So there is a new feature on Facebook called dark mode. And to access it, you can click the downwards arrow, which you'll find over here, right over here, and it'll pop up these options once again. And towards the bottom, it'll say dark mode. So by clicking this like oval thing over here, you'll enable dark mode. And this is what dark mode looks like. It's just, I guess, more easy on the eyes if you don't want a really bright screen. And what's changed is that the background is now dark and the text over it is white. So if you prefer that, you can switch to dark mode. So if you're not ready to switch to the new Facebook layout, or you just prefer the old one, you can still switch over to the classic Facebook. So to do so, you click the downward arrow once again, and it'll drop down all of these options. And towards the bottom, right under dark mode, it'll say temporarily switch to classic Facebook. So this feature may not be available forever, but it is still an option for the time being. And logging out has stayed the same. It hasn't changed. So when you are finished using Facebook, make sure to log out of your account. To do this, click the downward arrow, once again, at the top right of your screen, and a pull-down menu with options will appear. And at the very bottom, it'll say log out. So if you click this, it'll log you out of your account. And that's the presentation. So I think we're going into breakout rooms now where we can discuss your questions.